Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now just 60 plus days away from its official release by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film, at the end of the day, is going to be a major film with many different twists and turns that will lead to saga-wide implications of all the past 8 Star Wars movies that come before this one. And we also know that J.J. has a plan in place in order to make this the darkest Star Wars movie in the entire Skywalker saga, as a way to also bring fans a very unique and original experience once it actually hits theaters come this December of 2019. Now, on top of all of this, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that shot descriptions consisting of a sequence where it's explained that Kylo Ren and his Knights of Ren are said to be traveling to one of Palpatine's vaults that are located over in the Outer Rim, where they are said to head toward an abandoned Imperial base, where it's explained that Kylo is said to come across a large blast door that he and the Knights of Ren bust open, where as they head into Palpatine's vault, it's explained that they come across many relics and artifacts that once belonged to Darth Sidious. It's described that one of the artifacts is said to be a large hollow projector that once Kylo activates it, it's said to play a large hologram of Darth Maul that was recorded sometime during or before the events of Solo: A Star Wars Story, when he was the leader of Crimson Dawn, a crime syndicate. It said that in the hologram, Darth Maul begins to talk about Darth Vader and how he was finally obtained a very powerful and useful relic that he stole from Darth Vader thanks to Dryden Voss. It's described that in the hologram, Maul is said to reveal the relic that he stole from Darth Vader that is described to be a Wayfinder device to the unknown regions, and that in the hologram, Maul unveils that he is keeping it locked away in one of the Dark Temples. Now that Maul knows the hyperspace routes to the Beyond, it's described that Maul will leave the device here for any other dark side users looking to discover the Beyond for a power far stronger than the dark side itself that is said to be both dangerous and has the potential to warp one's mind. It said that this is how Kylo discovers the Wayfinder device of Vader, as Maul in the hologram unveils exactly where he left it hidden away. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, a lot of you out there are probably wondering, what in the world is the Wayfinder device in The Rise of Skywalker? Now, in this movie, there are going to be 2 Wayfinder devices, one of which that belongs to Palpatine, the other of which that belongs to Darth Vader. In this movie, Kylo Ren's going to go after Vader's, and of course, Rey's going to go after Palpatine's, which would be rather poetic if it does indeed fit with the other leaks that Rey is the granddaughter of Palpatine, that she's going to go after her grandfather's, Wayfinder device, and Kylo, the grandson of Darth Vader, is going to go after his grandfather's Wayfinder device. So it's rather poetic if you ask me. Now, with that being said, this particular scenario is said to involve a Darth Maul hologram unveiling that he actually stole an object from Darth Vader that was actually being shipped from an one of those Imperial trains, of course, that we saw in Solo: A Star Wars Story. That's where we actually get a lot of connections to Solo: A Star Wars Story and other spin-off movies and everything that falls in between. You can really see how JJ is really trying to insert a lot of material into The Rise of Skywalker here and there, as well as in the upcoming novelization that's going to also explain a lot more about the film. Now, Darth Maul unveils that in this hologram, of course, that he stole this device from Vader that is said to be the Wayfinder device. This device points one over to the unknown regions, a specific spot in the unknown regions that is actually called the Beyond. Now, the Beyond is actually a force nexus, the most powerful force nexus there is in the entire galaxy. So a force nexus is basically a concentration of the force. A great example is the Dark Side Cave on Dagobah. That's a force nexus. But the Beyond itself is an entire section of the unknown regions that is an entire force nexus that is said to hold a power that exceeds the dark side itself, and that to this day, during the events of Episode 9, that is where Palpatine resides. So it's very intriguing the fact that Darth Maul actually knew about the Beyond and even discovered Vader's Wayfinder device, and how it actually held many secrets and hyperspace routes over to the unknown regions and of course to the Beyond. Now, with that being said, this particular hologram is said to lead Kylo Ren to the exact destination that Maul left the Wayfinder device behind, inside of one of the Dark Temples. In fact, you guys do see Kylo Ren destroying some of those guards that are guarding the Dark Temple on that foresty world in the teaser trailer that we actually saw in, of course, over at Star Wars Celebration back in April. He's taking down some enemies in bulky black armor. It's described that those are actually guards of a Dark Temple in, of course, The Rise of Skywalker, where within lies Darth Vader's Wayfinder Device, which is said to hold crucial hyperspace routes to the beyond itself that will lead one to great power. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.